Hello, I'm currently in Dreamweaver. This is an HTML editor, and I have started a new untitled document. You can see it says Untitled 1 up here. And right below that you can see the buttons for my 3 views. Actually there's 4. There's Live View, but I don't use that very often. So right now I'm in Design View. So if I start typing, I see that my text is going to appear just like I was typing in Word. That's what Design View is for. You can create a web page without typing any code. I'm going to change to Code View now. Click on Code View, and you see that my HTML has already been added for me based on what I typed in Design View. I prefer working in what's called Split View, meaning the code is on one side and what the page is going to look like is on the other side. Now keep in mind that this is not as good as looking at your web page in different browsers. What's demonstrated in Design View, or what's rendered in Design View, may or may not look like what it would look like in Internet Explorer or Firefox. Okay, so you don't want to rely on this to view your pages solely. You'll want to use Firefox or Internet Explorer or Chrome, or maybe all 3 to view your web pages to make sure they're being rendered as you want them to be. So I've already shown you I can type here in Design View, and it adds the code over here. I can also, let's say I want this to be an H1 instead of a paragraph. I could change the codes over here. And you notice that nothing has happened over here. You actually have to click over here to see the change occur. And I could change this to an H2, or I could leave it as it is. And I could add new information right here in Code View. And then when I click over here in Design View, you see it's going to appear. So for the assignments for COS 125, it's best to work in Code View because that's what I'll be grading as your code. However, if you do want to type something in Design View, you can. And if I wanted this to be an H2, I can highlight it. I can go up to Insert. I can find, there's my head. I can find my different codes in this menu, and I can insert them, based on what it is I'm looking for. So if I want a line break, here are the articles, the aside, navigation, all the things we've been working with are all right here, and you can add them in just by clicking. Let's say I want this to be part of my an article. I can click on article. It'll ask for a class or ID. If I want one, I can just click OK, and we'll see now what's new. It's put the article tags around it. So I can highlight things on this side and use the insert menu to insert various codes, or I could just type them directly in Code View. So I hope this has helped explain the different views that you have: Code View, Split View, which is what I'm using right now, and Design View.